On this one, what's going on? What's good, y'all? Hey, listen, I had some extra time editing these videos before my son got up, so I thought I'd go live. If it freezes up, look, man, I got Adobe going. I got a couple other things going with Opus clips and stuff, so hopefully it don't. Knocking out two birds with one stone. You guys do me a favor, hit those three tiny dots in the top right, hit the like or dislike. Okay, just bear with me.
I'm the people's champ. My chain light up like a lamp, cause now I'm back with the camp. I'm crawling similar to an ant, cause I'm low.
What's good, y'all? What's happening? Man, look, I'm editing some videos, trying to get some different kind of content out to you guys. Got so many different ideas, and I had to come up with a way to organize them and try to get them out there to you guys, because I'm just like getting ideas left and right like crazy. But while I'm up, before I have to wake my son up in like an hour, I thought I'd see what you guys are up to. The live streams are going back to being, you know, like they've mostly always been, but during the past few weeks I've been experimenting. You know what I mean? Trying some different things, seeing what works and what doesn't work, and I think I finally got it. And along with the new schedule, more time on my hands, so I definitely want to try some different things out. Tonight's video, make sure this is public. Okay. Yeah, tonight's video is just about how a lot of these fembots, I'm hoping that I don't get flagged for that title, are realizing that they were lied to and how it's dying. And the meltdowns are beautiful and epic. Again, you guys, smash that like button. Now more than ever, it's so important. With YouTube trying to crush content creators that like to speak the truth, you know, a couple months before the new administration, we need your support, okay? So you guys know who we voted for, so support the channel, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? We're part of y'all. And hit that like button, subscribe, and share the live stream. With no further ado, let's get into it.
The city needed it.
Every time a bitch runs for president, she gets sent back to the kitchen.
Sensational. Trump is going to go down in history as the man that stopped the first female from being president. Twice.
That's why I'm so sick of these bitches. I bet now you won't think something like that. You don't think something like I understand.
Oh, that was funny. Oh, God, bro.
Oh, no. I'm devastated.
I'll leave it out.
Y'all really mad at this woman because she voted for Trump? Girl, we stand with you. All Black America is not mad at you, baby. You can stay in your bathroom, do all your dance. I'm going to watch every last one of them. Y'all really need to get a life and grow the fuck up.
Absolutely.
It's mind-blowing that people are on here shaving their heads and joining movements. But you know who's not shaving their head and joining a movement?
Pretty women.
President Harris. You guys should tell her to put her money where her mouth is and join you.
You didn't get here by yourself, man. You can't do this without us. Yeah. And if we don't let you, you don't get any. It's that simple. It's that simple.
So many people are saying stuff like, oh, the 4B movement is just a...
Definitely leftover women that's doing that. You know what I'm saying? It's leftover women. Nobody wants those chicks.
TikTok trend. It's not going to take off in real life. It's just a fringe movement. Are they sure about that? Because both CNN and NBC have already reported on the 4B movement since the election. The 4B movement is already starting to go mainstream in the US.
As Fox News
and as it does, more and more women are going to consider it for themselves.
It's not true. Again, it's just the machine is correcting itself after men do what we did instead of going along with the programming, the Matrix, or, you know what I mean, the AI government ran machine that's running all social media and media is just correcting itself, man. So what it likes to do is control the narrative. So I believe it's like what they're saying in those Asian countries, that it's a group of women, a small group, but not like the majority that are doing this. But the internet can hyperinflate it and make it seem like it's pretty much all women. That's what they're doing. But the stats are out. You know, young men, young middle-aged men, and middle-aged men are walking away from dating. It is what it is. So whatever they're doing after we did that, who cares? We've already walked away. But this is their answer to MGTOW. That's what this really is. For you guys that are going to MGTOW and myself, this is their response, like they always do. It's just always a back and forth.
And I don't know how big the 4B movement will turn out to be in the US, but it'll certainly be something. Thank you for your time.
Listen, I'm not going to dog on liberals too hard because I am promoting unity. We all need to come together. But guys, I mean girls, you participating in the 4B movement harms no one but yourself. And don't you know that sexual pleasure reduces stress, gives you clearer
Facts,
complexion?
Chicago West, facts.
I mean, love is really good too. But
let them hold out.
Us conservative girlies are not joining y'all, so I mean...
Yeah, you females hold the line. You know what I mean? Hold out longer and longer and longer. Hold the line. I'm telling you, it's only going to do men, you know, nothing but a service. We appreciate it.
It's just more men for us. So, I mean... I have a feeling the reason you're doing 4B anyways is because you found out secretly that your boyfriend was a conservative and voted for Trump. So at least we know that our values will align with theirs, unlike yours. But seriously, give it up, girls. We are uniting, okay? This is not the time for division. I promise you, Trump is going to do so many wonderful things. Just drop your preconceived notions that the media told you to believe. None of it is true. I promise. We wouldn't support him if it was.
Syndrome.
4B movement this, 4B movement that. I have a very sneaky suspicion, just from everyone that I know in real life that talks about the 4B movement. The people that are being the loudest about being very anti getting together with men, a lot of you guys are still in situationships and are actively hooking up with men in a non-committal way. Guess where men suck the most? In which cities they suck the most? Cities like New York. I don't know a single person who's having a good time dating in New York right now because men get all the benefits of being in a relationship with a woman for free from multiple women all the time. They're energy harvesting off of women all the time.
Absolutely.
Because you guys are like, oh, I don't want the responsibilities of being with a man and men suck and blah, blah, blah. But you guys get lonely. You want the validation. Time out. I say this because I needed to hear this years ago. Because let's be intellectually honest about this movement. People are enacting it because philosophically it works, but really, what's the emotional reason? Women are butthurt and we're saying we're going to take away our feelings and decenter our feelings and our happiness from men. But what do you do when you're hurt? You pull back emotionally first and then you pull back physically. So the way that women are expressing their nihilism in these cities is by continuing to sleep with people but not being emotionally involved with them. And that is the opposite order in which things should be done. So friendly reminder to anyone that is currently going through the disillusionment process of dating.
Listen, don't let these women fool you, because I was watching a video with Anton Daniels where lady on there was talking about how women, they adamantly believe that they can fool us and finesse us. They really be believing that. So this whole sleeping around thing, they look, man, they want to do this. They're justifying it with liberation and you being a president. No, they want to get that hole plugged by as many different sausages as possible, as long as they can get away with it. And they can't get enough. And this word on the street, you know, I'm celibate, you know, but word on the street, you know what I mean? They can't stop sucking dick. Don't take out the messenger. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Don't pop the messenger. I'm just telling you, okay? They can't keep a dick out of their mouth. You know, they look, man. They be thinking about this stuff all the time, even while they're with the man. You're just waiting on another man that they find more attractive in some kind of way to flirt, so they can imagine what it'd be like. You guys, man, you gotta, keep your money, stop dating, get your passport.
But still giving men physical access to them because that feels more emotionally safe. It's not.
What's going on?
It's not, and it has made them take women for granted way more.
Someone asked me if I was going to be participating in the 4B movement. Get the fuck away from me.
Yeah.
First of all, no. That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. And it's also like highly offensive and insensitive to the original movement, the actual 4Me movement. And second of all,
yeah, you guys, salute. Like that one lady was saying, they got it backwards, and they don't have it backwards because they're doing what they want to do, which is sleep around. But they should be keeping their legs closed and being more selective if they're going to be more in alignment with 4B. But instead, they're calling it liberation by giving I'm not going to say the one thing, but the assets and the things that men like, just giving it away for free. But also now the well is tainted. You know, there's tainted, tarnished coochie. You know what I'm saying? Going on because of the STDs and diseases they're not getting checked up on. You've heard about Houston. You've heard about South Carolina. But I really think it has a lot to do with the, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about? I didn't get it, but, you know, some of y'all did. And it's just funny that it's hitting in these areas where it's clusters of minorities that, you know, we're getting the en masse. You know what I mean? But look, I'm you know what I mean, just a messenger. Y'all don't want to hear me. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm married and my husband pays all the bills, and he also does pull-ups off of like water pipes, like a prison inmate. So I most definitely will not be participating in 4B fucking anything.
More than welcome.
Jesus Christ. I'm not 4B, I'm for the D. Okay, bitch.
Oh, Lord forgive us. I didn't
Stay
mean to say
safe.
that. I didn't mean to say that at the same time that this Mary Jezebel, you know what I'm saying, said what she said. If her man is doing pull-ups like she said, like he's in prison, prisoners aren't getting any coochie. I don't care what she says. Both can't be going on at the same time. He's working out like a madman like I am, because that's what I'm doing. I just got through doing some chin-ups. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't got no woman, and I've been celibate for 2 years, okay? I'd be doggone if I was up like this in the middle of the night. I'm sorry, you guys. I wouldn't be going live. I'd have my dick in my old lady's mouth. That's what I'd be doing. That's what I'd be doing. You know what I'm saying? Don't judge me, and don't, you know what I'm saying, say that my words are too harsh. I'm speaking the truth, unfiltered, authentically. You need to respect that. You know what I'm saying? Respect my authenticity. You got to respect it, all right? You might not like everything that comes out of my mouth, but it's very rare to have authentic people, so respect it. Respect it. Anyway, you know what I'm saying?
Out there, y'all, but that shit is not for me. Not for me at all.
All these women like, divorce your husband,
Absolutely.
we're swearing off men. Who's we?
No tainted
I
milk.
kissed a lot of frogs to get to that man, okay? I want to go and do that, that's fine, go and do that. You look stupid as hell. This man thinks that I am the only woman in the world. No other women exist. He gave me the privilege to stay home with my kids. Because even though that's hard sometimes to just be at home with the kids all day, that's a privilege. He's the main provider of our household, but he asked me when he can spend money. He says things like, we get paid on Tuesday. He literally thinks I am God's gift to this earth. I gotta tell you, I'm a pretty strong personality, and that man puts me right in my feminine energy, and no man has ever been able to do that. Leave my head, by the way, I think is like really insensitive to people who are like going through chemo or have other medical diagnoses that make them lose their hair. I'm not gonna leave my husband. Like,
Hey, you see
I'm
that?
sitting here in this country
You
where
see that? Yeah, man. I told you I got some things running in the background. If it crashes out, man, I mean, it'd be like my PC to crash out. You know, I crash out sometimes too, so I understand it. Just bear with me, you guys.
you have the most rights out of literally any women in the world. It's saying that you don't have any rights anymore and they're getting taken away.
There's been a lot of content posted lately about the 4B movement. And I think
Hey,
the
you
end
guys, in
goal
the
of the
shorts
movement
feed,
is
hit that
beautiful,
like
which
button.
is women gaining sovereignty
saying?
over their
Subscribe.
bodies and
Three
really
tiny
looking
dots
at the
in the
ways
top
in which we
right.
have delegated our protection to sources outside of ourselves. And I really just want to encourage women that even though I know this has started from a place of anger and protest, don't let that be all that it's about. Because the reality is we should have been mad for a long, long time.
Oh, Lord, here we go.
Liberation movement was billed as this movement to empower women, but the reality is that most birth control was actually created by men. That includes the pill, IUDs, and abortions. And just because they made it easy to mitigate the consequences of hookup culture doesn't mean that it was actually meant to empower women. Most forms of birth control actually come with a whole list of side effects.
I should have known when her black ass started talking that she was going to blame men. I should have known as soon as her black ass started talking. So once again, it's men's fault for the different forms of birth control. Is what are you trying to say? You know, I don't get it, man. I don't get it, man.
That actually can put the woman in more danger and disconnects us from our bodies, both mentally, physically, and emotionally.
Bruh.
Oh, yeah. Let me go ahead and put that up.
I just...
Absolutely.
Sorry,
That's what that is.
I just saw a Red supporter woman crashing out on here over the 4B movement. Except for she didn't really seem to understand what the 4B movement was.
Big bag.
Like, I don't...
Big bag.
And then when someone asked her, because they were like, you don't seem to be talking about the 4B movement, she's like, I know what I'm talking about. Do your research. You have the same access to information that I do. And I was like, yeah, but like, where are you getting your information? Because that has nothing to do with the 4B movement. What are you talking about? I don't understand. It's like, I was genuinely like confused.
She lost her hair. She didn't feel beautiful anymore. So basically what you're saying is you're trying to make yourself unattractive by shaving your head because you don't like the president that was elected. Do you hear yourselves and see yourselves? Like, enough is enough.
They're turncoats.
Grow up.
They're turncoats.
Your entitlement is disgusting. There's actually women around the world that are oppressed.
Tell them,
you
sister.
live in the freest country and no matter what you think,
you tell them,
you
sister.
haven't lost one right.
Not
no
one.
one's bothered to answer my question or list the rights that you have lost. Because you haven't. You're living in a delusional world. It's called get some mental help. Go to a therapist.
They probably
You've
already
created an imaginary world that you believe is real.
Echo chamber.
Roe v. Wade was overturned a long time ago. Ooh. You guys don't want the government, the federal government, in your business. Do you understand what Roe v. Wade even meant when it was overturned? Because I think there's like a misconnect here. It means, and I'm going to say it for the 50th
they don't know
time,
what Roe v. Wade is.
It means it was the federal government has been taken out of the equation to have any control over your bodies. It was given to the states. So you could choose what state you want to live in if you want to have your stupid abortions. Do you understand that? I honestly don't think you do. There's less government involved in making decisions about your body. You don't get that. I do think it's a level of education. I really don't think you guys get it. It's so frustrating because all you guys scream is peace and unity, and all you do is divide everybody and act like little babies.
Let her cook.
Y'all, what is going on in New York
Boy,
City? Like, it's one thing to read the statistic that New York, like, this is the closest New York has ever been to voting for Trump or turning red. But I'm actually seeing it happen in real time as I'm existing in New York City. I was walking to work, and I work in the center of the city in Manhattan, and I passed this group of men of color. Don't ask how we got on this subject, but we started talking about voting, and it was the day that President-elect Trump became the president, like officially voted in. And we were talking about their voting history, and they very proudly shared, and these are working men of color, working class men of color, very proudly voted for Trump. We're not ashamed to tell me. Outside of work, there was a MAGA truck selling MAGA paraphernalia and gear in the middle of the city. I feel like 5 years ago, that would have been so taboo. Like, I see MAGA hats in New York, and I feel like that would have never happened 5 years ago. Do I think New York City is turning into a conservative playground? No, but definitely some behaviors have changed and some attitudes towards liberalism have changed in a city that I thought it would never happen in.
Please go read this article if you haven't already. I was going to make a video where I was reading through the entire article and addressing it point by point, but I don't think a lot of you fuck with that. So I won't spend all the time, but you should read it. And when you do, just be prepared to be shocked and outraged at the amount of money that they wasted and what they wasted it on celebrity and shit. On stupid sets for Call Her Daddy. When you look at the amount of money that they wasted on consultants, you'll understand why the consultant class is fine no matter who wins. And then they're still asking for money. They're still asking for money. I saw a video last night where some Blue Anon person was talking about oh, well, we need to keep giving the campaign money because they need to pay for the recounts because maybe Kamala didn't loot. This might have been one of the worst run campaigns, and I understand that they didn't have a lot of time, right? Like, they only had, 90 days from the time that Biden dropped out, and a lot of blame should be laid at Biden's feet for not dropping out sooner. In fact, a lot of blame should be laid at Biden's feet for the fact that he ran for re-election at all, when he said he was a bridge to a new generation. But that doesn't take away the responsibility from Kamala Harris and from the Democratic Party, because now the Democrats are out here, including Nancy Pelosi, being like, we really should have had a primary. Wasn't it you that said that we shouldn't have a primary? All these Democratic hacks and operatives now being like, yeah, I guess we really should have had a primary, You bitches were the ones who said that we shouldn't have a primary because if we did, it would be racist and sexist and stepping over a black woman because it was her turn. And now you're the same people that are whining and crying and saying that the reason why she lost was because she's a black woman. If you really believe that, why'd you run her? If you really believe that she couldn't win because she was a black woman, why'd you fucking run her?
Yeah.
Anything.
Black men have been dealing with this for years.
I've seen it all.
Welcome to our struggle, America.
Now Kamala is trying to trick y'all into paying off her $20 million in debt. Let's take a look. Now, this is the Act Blue website. As y'all can see, Act Blue is at the bottom. If you scroll down, I had to make sure that this was legit. And you look at this paragraph right here. Okay, let's pause to read. The first $41,000 to $15,000 from a person multi-candidate committee PAC will be allocated to the DNC. So you mean to tell me that you need people to help you pay off the DNC, and then you also done made up this fake ass account called the Recount account that is supposed to do what? What the fuck is that supposed to do, girl? Because ain't nobody recounting them votes. Trump is the president. It is what it is.
Yeah, she's cooked.
It is what it is. Ain't no going back. We're not going
she
back.
Ain't got black women
okay,
support.
we've been turned off of your ass. Okay, what the fuck is a recount account?
A brokey account.
Why are you playing in people's faces? Uncle Donnie said he'd help you with that 20 mil.
Uncle Donnie.
Call him up. Put your pride to the side.
Yo,
okay, and call that man.
They already called
But
him
we're
Uncle
not helping
Donnie.
you pay
It's over.
shit.
It's over.
You had $1 billion. Do you know how many millions go into $1 billion? 1,000. You had 1,000 millions and you owe 20. Sometimes we just gotta put things into perspective.
It sounds about right.
A
woman with money. Yeah.
You know who you could get to help pay for all that? The immigrants, the illegal ones.
Yeah.
Round them up. You know what I'm saying? And tell them, to help you out.
Put them to work in Jamaica where a family owns all that slavery.
Did y'all see that conference with Biden and Trump with the transition? I swear, it just really seemed like Biden wanted him to win. He smiling, he at ease. It seemed like he's just in peace with everything. Because he know that everything that has been will be no longer. Somebody got to change it, and it got to be Trump.
It got to.
Yeah, man.
It gotta be. He got to fix it. Okay. And we all gotta stand by and support him and also hold him to the fire for the things that us Americans need done as well. But it just really tickled me how Biden just was sitting there just as happy as can be. He just looked like a kid getting picked up by their daddy on the weekend.
Yo, man.
I love it. I love to see just two people being amicable, peaceful, and just trying to do what's best, y'all. If you didn't watch it, go watch it.
Look, and I know it's a dope video right there, man. You know, dating right. You guys make sure you subscribe to his channel. And I know you think that the party's over, but it's just beginning, man. You know what I'm saying?
If there's one thing you wish men understood better about women, what would it be?
Like when something is fine, it's not fine. Like read between the lines.
You mean be a mind reader?
Yeah,
exactly. So men are expected to be mind readers.
Exactly.
Why do women often expect men?
But always outweigh emotion.
Yeah. You can't make this shit up, people.
You know, this true stuff is...
Yeah. You can't make this shit up, people.
You know, this true stuff is pretty cool.
Why do guys not call girls pretty anymore? Like, is it old-fashioned? Because on the last 7 first dates I've been on, I don't think one guy has opened with, wow, you look really pretty tonight. It's like the easiest thing, because we both know it took time for me to look the way that I do, and it would make you stand out so much. I don't know if I've just been dating all the wrong men, or if other people feel like this is a dying art too, but like, compliments will never fail you. Just tell her she looks pretty.
She should probably stop focusing on validation and fix her insecurities and start focusing on why those 7 first dates didn't work out.
So hold on, do you think that things are getting better or worse for women right now?
Currently?
Yeah.
In the United States?
Like, are women improving or is
like
it worse?
in the future.
We have the potential to be...
No, that's not what I asked. Is it getting better or worse for women right now?
For what? For what
women.
specifically? What category?
For the overall health and well-being of women, is it increasing or decreasing?
I would say that it's decreasing in this state.
Wait, hold on. This is the issue. I don't mean to trap you, but it's like, this is why I want you to think about this. Didn't you say, weren't you one of the people that said that society is becoming less patriarchal?
Yes.
And simultaneously, life is getting worse for women, right?
I would say... I'm sorry.
I'm not saying this is your view. This is what you're saying.
100%, and I will stand on that. 100%.
Okay.
I will stand on that. But you didn't specifically ask about in the United States.
I don't mean to corner or use it as an own.
100%. I understand.
100% I understand. Lady, I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say that you, in fact, don't understand, and that's the problem. These podcasts always have people affirming statements with this kind of phrasing, even though when you look into their eyes, you know it all went through one ear and out the other.
Absolutely.
And almost, quote, 100% of the time, it's modern women that are the ones that do this, and it's because they lost their minds years ago. Sure, as I've said time and time again, the degradation started about 250 years ago and accelerated in the last 100 years. But nobody can deny that the bulk of the damage has really happened over the last few decades, and the brain rot on social media is really a monument to this collapse. Today, women look more like a couple of my grandparents suffering from dementia. They don't know who they are, what they are, or how to do anything unless one of the many sprinkle girl boss LARPers tells them what the next step should be. It's like turning on National Geographic with a modern female theme.
Oh,
I'm so tired.
This dude be cooking, man.
Yes. You know what? All right, bet. We're done. I swear. You're so ungrateful. I'm taking all this stuff back.
Just do better. Just do
No,
better.
I'm taking all this stuff
I
back.
need to be treated like a queen.
I'll go get this to another female. I'll take all this stuff back. Just leave it. Move.
Man,
Move.
he's cooking, Jay.
Move. I'll eat my...
It's... Babe. It's constructive criticism.
Constructive criticism? You're ungrateful!
Just do better!
Yeah, you're ungrateful.
Yeah, see, and that's what I'm talking about right there. Pausing it real quick. Constructive criticism, there's no, unless it's asked for, there's no such thing. It's disguised hate. It's disguised hate. It's just a fancy term for someone hating on you. Because it wouldn't even be called constructive criticism if you asked for it. It'd be called advice. Man, I'm cooking over here. It'd be called advice. So they found a way to make a term for a hater to hate right in your face, to play right in your face. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. That's why I don't let no one give me constructive criticism. And when I see content creators online talking about it, I'm like, you're either an idiot or you're upset when people like me speak about how people like you shouldn't be running around criticizing random people that you don't know, and that you've made an assessment without getting, the details and the, long-term type of sit down to really pick apart the person. This kind of stuff is immature, and a lot of it goes on nowadays. No such thing as constructive criticism. It's disguised hate. That's all I wanted to say, man. Get off my chest.
You're never happy.
What kind of Valentine's
Bro,
Day
you're never
is
happy.
this?
You're never happy.
Just
you're
be
never
honest.
happy.
You would like it if you were a girl and you got all this?
Yes, I would be happy because there's people out here that ain't getting this. They're not getting that.
I should get the rose, like with the big old thing. You give me like 5 roses, and there's like no money in there. There's no money in anything. You didn't give me any money.
Leave my house.
Exactly.
And someone texts you and they're like, are you free tonight? No. I'm not playing your little game. You tell me what you're proposing or offering, and then I'll tell you if I'm free. It does not go the other way around. I'm not going to say, yeah, I'm free, and then you're going to invite me to like a fucking play or the museum.
Okay, for starters, plays and museums are for the well-cultured. It's not a surprise that you'd rather be at the club waiting for the next knob hop. Women like this say that men play games, and you know what? Sometimes we do, but the nature of the games we play are extremely different, and they don't involve vulnerable narcissism and playing with people's heads to get what we want. When men play games, there are clear rules and requirements to get to new levels or phrases until there's a clear winner, and a clear loser. It doesn't matter if we're talking economics or some kind of drinking game at the end of the week. Now, women, on the other hand, don't appreciate these games, which is why they demand illogical pay raises and better representation just because they whined on CNN. They prefer games where the profit is certain, where it will only go in one direction or serve their shallow desires. And in a way, this isn't as much of a diss as much as it's just an objective fact. Women are naturally wired to take as much as they can get, in the West or the East, because that is the natural relationship between masculine and feminine. The thing is, this originally worked well because men still had the last say in all relationships. Being naturally good at the only games that matter, guys set up the rules, with clear expectations and guidelines for women that, surprise, surprise, actually made men and women happy. But then simps of state gave women a taste of control. They didn't know how to use it or what it was for, but they've been pushing ever since to get more and more, as it's in their nature to do so. When they couldn't hack it, the West plunged into a theatrical mess, a space where chicks promote the facade because that's the only way to convince.
Now that's the true divine feminine energy right there, to take. Right? They try to say it's to give, but it's really to take. It's to take. You know what I'm saying? They need you, but don't want you to think that they need you. So it's manipulation, you know what I'm saying? But it's to take, sure, they're supposed to. Take your seed, you know what I'm saying? Take your provision and protection, to take.
Convince themselves any of this makes sense.
Do you judge a guy based on height?
Yes.
Really? You know they can't, choose how tall they are, right?
Yeah, obviously I know that.
Oh, well, I mean, I judge based on natural beauty. So, I got some makeup removing wipes right here.
She did have a big...
Ain't nothing. Show the camera. Show the camera. Confidence, Huey. Confidence. Does height matter in a guy?
I like taller guys.
Men can't change that.
Okay, well,
You can change how much makeup you wear.
I can take off my makeup and still be pretty, so.
Uh-oh, man.
And this is the game these types of people choose to play. Both of the makeup tests, as short as they are perfect examples of how women that have totally lost their minds.
That's that dude that be dropping a scale, and now he's doing the makeup wipes. Oh, man, bro. I'm telling you, man. These women have it's over, man. It's over. Dudes are calling them out in real time.
Choose to play the game of reality. One follows through and ends with total denial, while the other one flips the table when the odds are no longer in her favor. Personally, I feel that it's difficult to determine which is worse, but I'm going to have to go with the former on this one, the one that represents a majority of Western women, and here's why. See, it's one thing to throw a tantrum after you lose, but it's an entirely different matter to see checkmate and somehow get it in your head that you still won the match. Over the last 30 to 50 years, women lost in a big way, They lost their support systems, communities, respect, and anything else masculinity offers under the right conditions. And what's crazy being the operative word here, is that they chose this. A mechanism that just prints them out all over the street, with most of them consciously refusing to see the proverbial makeup on the wipe in their hands. It's a miserable existence, and they know it. They may hop on TV, movies, and nauseating podcasts to claim that it isn't, but their outside behavior says otherwise, because what comes out of this bundle of contradiction...
This little boy's up in there awake already. I must have woke him up, man. Man, it's faking like he was sleeping, man.
And internal conflict is a deep desire to make everyone around them just as messed up as they are.
Name 5 things that you have to offer a man. Nothing, 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 and nothing.
You ate with that one. Thanks, best friend. Nothing.
What do you need from a man who you're going to take seriously?
Money.
That's all you look for. You're not serious, though.
I am serious.
So why would a man even want to look your way if you can't add value to his life?
Well, no, if you ain't got the bag down. Right. Thank you. Thank you. You ain't spend the money down.
So let's say the man has the bag and he wants to spend the money. What does he get back?
I asked him all questions like, what's my favorite color? You know what I'm saying? Right. Nigga. Yeah, let's get to know each other. What color is my motherfucking real hair?
Who would know?
Well, we don't keep it shallow over here. We talk about real stuff. Now, when it comes on to the money, why does your man have to have it?
Because I got it.
So how much you make then?
That's none of your business. I'm a nurse, and it's none of your business.
So how much do you want your man to make?
He needs to be in the street.
You want a good guy while you're in the medical field?
I want a good guy, bad guy, whatever brings the money and make me richer. That's what it is. If he can't pay all my bills and take care of what else I got going on, and then no.
Can you say that again?
I could do real estate for the rest of my life. You're going to be stuck making $23 an hour, and you're going to be sitting here complaining.
$23 an hour is
fine.
That's
pretty
good. Yeah, that's
no,
pretty good.
it's poverty. You can't. So, do you know what? If she had a kid, good luck.
I don't have a
supporting-
kid.
I'm saying hypothetically, if you had a kid, good luck trying to support you and your kid for $23 an hour.
I still got a couple years to go.
I supported an entire family on less than that, but okay.
Yeah.
So anyway,
well, it's going to be uncomfortable if you live in California, so I'll start there.
I did it in a very expensive place also.
But did you have a partner to help you?
No, she stayed at home, took care of my kids.
But you're also a man.
Period.
What would that have to do with the amount of money you get?
She's going to typically get paid more, and you probably
If
had
you're
a college
a woman
education.
making $23 an hour, that's less money than when a man makes $23 an hour.
Maybe I don't know how much $23 an hour is because I don't work.
We could have saved a ton of time here if she just started by saying those 3 magic words. I don't work.
Yeah, figures.
We know, lady, you don't work, and you know what else doesn't work? Feminism. Which is why half of you will be hitting the wall single, looking like you just survived the latest Floridian hurricane by the skin of your teeth. This is the life cycle of the self-proclaimed boss babe in its purest form. First, you get raised by a progressive simp with a domineering wife or a single mom. Then they go into debt to make their princess, drunk on adolescent power, happy with sweet 16s and lease on an overpriced Mazda. Then you plunge into the carousel, shacking up with any dude white knighting his way to get into your pants. After that, all bets are off, as you go to a Western college institution that makes you feel like a god, while simultaneously making you despise the fictional patriarchy for magically making you rack up a body count that would give Grandpa another heart attack. Once you get out of college, you'll be a soldier for the feminist regime, banking on some tech company to hire you for an HR position, so that you can tell the world you did all of that on your own. But here's where it gets a little messy. These companies, as they always do, will face correction, firing you at the drop of a hat. You'll then wander the streets, expecting a high-value male to throw you a bone, just like mommy treated you for the first 18 years of your soft, cushy existence. You'll find a Chad or Tyrone, have a kid, or buy a cat, and finally end up in hell that middle-aged women land in, where the pickings are slim to none and Botox flows from the mountaintops. And why? Because you chose delusion.
Why do men not understand hints in the slightest way possible?
Why should men have to start understanding hints?
Yeah.
Why can't individuals that have something to say just speak their mind?
Thank
you. It would be a lot easier and save everyone an awful lot of time.
Appreciate that, sweetheart. It's just that simple.
Pretty much, women are going to try to fool you
The bad ones and the good ones are going to try to fool you. The bad ones are going to do it consciously. The good ones are going to do it unconsciously. The nature of the female is to dissimulate. That's why you're always wearing makeup. You're always covering over the truth. That is your actual nature. I want men to be aware and to be able to operate with this knowledge so that they can get the best of what they're seeking in terms of women, relationships, marriage, and children. On the other hand, I want women to know that you will be assessed based on who you actually are and what you have actually done. So we will not accept anyone who's trying to pull a switcheroo, which is to say you've lived as a promiscuous person for the last 15 years and then all of a sudden you would like to marry a man and be treated with respect. We're going to treat you according to who you actually are. And if you're a person who deserves no respect, you will get no respect. You will not get a relationship. You will not get married. You certainly won't get children.
And this is why the madness of women has rapidly compounded over the last century, and why it's now coming to a screeching halt. Today, plenty of the aging women in the West, living the life I just outlined, roam churches and dating apps to try and deceive men.
Roam churches?
I say deceive,
hey,
not just because it isn't a key part of feminine behavior, but because that's exactly what they're doing. If they really wanted to be saved, or if they really wanted to change, all of these thirsty chicks would have settled down decades ago. They would have acknowledged the warning signs, and when the hive mind passed them the script, they would have thrown it away and looked to an honorable man for guidance. But they didn't do that. They basically did the exact opposite, played the game poorly and lost, and now they're trying to walk up to guys who will never give them the time of day, trying to tell them that the checkmate was just a figment of the opponent's imagination. And this is where things get hilarious in a dark way. Not for them, but for us. Because Man Guide and many others have been revealing this kind of ruse for a long time now. Men, more than ever before, see the writing on the wall, while modern women basically draw a massive arrow symbol pointed at the damage they've caused to Western society.
What's one move in bed that makes a man go crazy every time?
Oh, you gotta give him that hawk and spit on that thing. You get me? Hawk spit on it. Spit on it.
The internet is debating which one of these hobbies is least attractive to women. And according to the survey, playing video games is the #1 least attractive hobby that a woman can see.
Of course, playing video games. The one thing that most of all men love to do. You know, online trolling. Do men do that a lot? I thought women do that the most. You know what I'm saying? Gambling, building model trains. The rest of that stuff. Magic tricks. I thought that'd be #1.
See in a man. Apparently, it's even more unattractive than bird watching.
All right, you guys, get your magic cards out. Apparently, it's okay to do magic, but you can't play video games. So it's time to start doing some magic tricks. You know what I'm saying? Oogly boogly, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Get back out there, y'all.
And taxidermy. Women would prefer that a man gamble, collect figurines, and even do magic tricks rather than play video games.
Yeah,
so
crazy.
to all the women out there, does this survey make sense to you? Is playing video games the least attractive thing that a man can do?
I'll spell it out for those who have yet to receive this memo. Misery loves company, and there's nothing on this blue marble of ours that is more miserable, more lost, more unstable than a woman growing up in the modern world. See, the thing is, guys, when left alone with other guys and build something or play around, are actually doing just fine. In fact, as long as they're doing what's best for their mental health, they are happy. Absolutely. Sometimes I get emails with guys being like, how do you handle all of this brain rot? How can you sift through this slew of muck and still be functional? Well, here's the secret. I'm only looking into the abyss, chuckling at the top. I'm not going out of my way to bring this nonsense into my personal life. That's the issue some people find themselves in. That's the only thing that really makes male torment a sure thing, choosing not to walk away. Sure, men are made to struggle, but there's a difference between hard work and a battle nobody ever wins.
A tormented soul, for sure.
Kiara, are you going to address the scamming accusations?
This is what they're referencing. You said, quote, I know guys when they're lonely and when they don't have a good family situation, they're vulnerable. So I just know what kind of people to target. I'll ask them how's life and let them open up. And when they open up, that's when I know that I can take something from them. The woman being recorded, I guess this is you, admitted to scamming at least 7 men, including one with a disability. One allegedly gave her his life savings of more than $30,000 after she said she had a growth in her kidney.
Wow.
It was not true.
Well, there's a recording of it apparently.
But that was from like 3 years ago. I was just in a very bad place.
Wait, so it's not true, or it happened 3 years ago?
I was just going through a mental breakdown. I was going through a lot of things in life. After that, I went for therapy, and I'm in a better place now. So I didn't say those things like I mean it at all.
But what would you say to an audio recording of I know what kind of people to target when they up? That's when I know I can take something from. How could I misconstrue that?
Holy shit! You didn't.
She's humiliating men. I think it's fun.
Now.
Yeah, so you derive sexual pleasure by saying things on Twitter such as, pull it up, I love hurting men. You derive sexual pleasure from either saying or doing those things.
Yeah, I think it's hot.
No, but you said it's your thing, so you're deriving pleasure simply by virtue of saying that.
Yeah, I get pleasure from it. I get pleasure from tweeting like that. I think it's...
So these women are getting off on posting these videos, these man-hating videos. They're not just doing it for views, they're actually getting off on it. You guys, you know what I'm going to say. And I know you don't want to hear it. This is witchcraft. This is witchcraft on the highest level. This is modern witchcraft. Y'all are thinking about like some witches out there over some, you know what I'm saying, whatever, chicken bones, I don't know. No, this is modern witchcraft, man, just like makeup. This is modern witchcraft, man. Our ancestors try to warn us about this. The Bible talks about stuff like this, man. You know what I'm saying? Just leaving a woman to her own vices, unattended by a man.
It's fun. I like it.
There are certain things that can just be deemed objectively wrong. So like hurting animals, would you agree that that's wrong?
Yeah, that's wrong.
What if somebody derives sexual pleasure from hurting animals?
You don't need to be told that that's wrong.
How is this any different than you saying you like hurting men?
Because they're men, and a lot of men like hurting women, so...
I'm not sure I totally follow there.
What was hard to follow?
Well, your justification is, well, men do bad things.
Yeah, some men do bad things, or justification for that is, I'm going to do whatever I want. Man, she don't even have any stats. She just said something out of emotion.
So I can also do bad things to perhaps even innocent men, because there's bad men out there who do bad things to conceivably innocent women.
This, my friends, is the battle that nobody ever wins, and what I and most of you have distanced ourselves from to achieve lasting peace. If a man chooses to get in bed with a Western woman with modern morals, you're basically turning your home into an asylum, with you being the exhausted, addled 19th century physician, and the woman being the patient who believes she's the Queen of England, unable to let go of her rusty kazoo without the help of sleepy time meds. These women live in a state of constant hell, and nothing would make them happier than to bring you into their world. The world filled with denial and the kind of self-superiority that makes anything around it slowly perish. That includes masculinity, the one thing that pushes us.
This guy's had to been married before. He described an American marriage to the T. He has to have been married before.
To become better than the man we were yesterday, and eager to become stronger tomorrow. Feminism is a hell of a drug. It eats away at the mind to the point where the only thing that matters is 3 seconds of empty validation. And that's not even an exaggeration. I can't think of a physical substance that's done more harm to communities than this ideology. And that's why men, young and old, are doing what men do best. Looking at the price tag and saying, not today.
No. It's not what you think. It's just that I promise to write.
Let me ask you something. What is this? What is up with the arm touching? Are you being friendly, or is it some calculated maneuver to get me to do whatever you want?
Are you done?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm done. There you go. Done. There you go. Good. Film, right? Done.
Try to manipulate my boy. He's like, nah.
The truth now.
Your future hasn't been written yet. No one's has. Your future is whatever you make it. So make it a good one.
Men, the women of the modern age have lost their minds. It's upside down and they have no intention of changing until it's too late. Luckily, it's never too late for you, because men aren't governed by their pasts. They can always do or not do things that will change everything. That's the power of masculinity. And if you made it to the end of this video, I want to say I appreciate you. So please don't forget to hit that like button, drop a comment to have a chance to win, and hit that subscribe button for daily videos. And if you could take a quick sec to subscribe to the second channel, Man Guide Reacts, link is right down.
I'll go ahead and find it, you know what I'm saying? I'll go ahead and find it. Why not? Why not? Then I have one more in here. Hang on. Oh, Lord. Hold up. All right, man. Maybe.
You have any remarks? What do you think about him? Is he your type? You like him?
I wanna turn the whole thing upside down.
I mean, I'm just not attractive. That's about it.
Okay.
All right. You have any remarks? What do you think about him? Is he your type? You like him?
I don't know if he's attracted to women. I wouldn't think like.
Wait, why don't you think that he's attracted to women?
He's giving me flamboyant in the way he present himself. So.
I mean, I'm just not attractive. That's about it.
Okay.
All right. You have any remarks? What do you think about him? Is he your type? You like him?
I don't know if he's attracted to women. I wouldn't think like.
I don't know what that clip was about, man.
When you watch this video, you probably think that is the lion's own.
Why do we end up popping hers?
I bet I could guess, but go ahead.
What would you say?
Probably all the stuff on my face.
The tattoos?
Yeah.
I'm not sure my mom would kind of approve.
Definitely respect that. I actually have like other things too.
Other things like what?
Oh man, it's a whole demon. That's a demon.
I got so many questions. But you know what? We gonna save that for another day. All right, let's go ahead and move on to our next lady. Why do we end up popping hers?
I bet I could guess, but go ahead.
Absolutely not.
Did your ex ever sleep with one of your friends? That's why we bring it back to the Willie Lynch letters, right? We're gonna hyper-emasculate the woman, and then we're gonna emasculate the black man, and that was the agenda. So now, I can't bear kids, right?
So it's a problem?
Listen to what I'm saying. I'm not here to pass judgment. Only God can do that.
No, but it's a problem.
I'm here to give information. A woman has a particular role, and if she doesn't play that role, there's no family or no family structure. A man, the black man, has a role he has to play. If he doesn't play that role, there's no family or family structure. So you've been taught that you're maintaining a child is raising a child as a single mother. So you're thinking that, oh, food, clothes, and shelter, it's not raising a child. That's maintaining a child. To raise a child, you need man and woman in that household. You need a coalition of masculine and feminine energy working simultaneously together. But just because you get support from the government, you mistake the maintenance as the raising, and then now the child is up because that daughter doesn't see a man in the home, so she doesn't know how to be nurturing for the man that eventually is in her home.
The support from the government, you mean like
Government
Section 8.
Yeah, all that type of stuff.
Right
on that.
Okay, I got it. I'm asking because I want it from you.
But you're being
a
welfare
woman
Section
that
8.
has a
Yeah, that type
successful
stuff.
business.
But you can't.
When I'm talking about Section 8,
You can't.
is that a problem?
You can't.
I'm not talking about Section 8. Nobody is on Section 8.
You can't spin me. What I'm saying is Section 8 is the thing.
Nobody.
That's why we bring it back to the Willie Lynch letters, right? We're gonna hyper-emasculate. We're gonna.
Yeah, she tried to derail that conversation.
She's in the middle of talking to them. She's like, I need to talk to you. Hold on.
That's.
You know what's funny? It's funny how you say that he's controlling, right? That you don't want to submit to him. He's controlling. But yet you'll let your mama and your aunties and your sisters and your cousins and your friends tell you what to do and persuade you along. You know what's funny? It's funny how you say.
Is that what is the song?
When his ex-wife found out that he joined the military, she wanted a child support.
Now, wait a minute now. I just got off a plane and I've been notified that MAGA women are on this app making threats, talking about somebody's going to jump them. And this is how I know y'all lying, okay? You got a lying spirit and you need to be loosed. The last person I jumped was unaware that they was about to be jumped, okay? There's no jump coordinator. There's no jump announcement. This is how I know y'all lying. Okay, Mary Beth, you gonna get you, Charlotte, Mindy, all toe down. Get out of our face with that, knowing full well you can't back up nothing that you talking about. Okay, we're not concerned with you.
You ever been on a private jet before?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
I want to find out.
Oh my God, look at them. They're so cute.
My eye.
Oh my God, look at them.
What's harder, being a man and trying to impress a woman, or a woman trying to impress a man?
Being a woman trying to impress a man.
Explain.
Because I feel like we have to jump through too many hoops. It's too much competition out here between the BBLs and the titties and everything else.
Right. So that's cap. That's cap. If the man ain't tall enough, if the man ain't rich enough, if the man ain't got 6 inches.
You already know.
And y'all ain't getting them BBLs for us.
Let him cook. Let me see if I can get something going on here before I go. Man. Okay, yeah, let them sit there. Yeah. Anyway, you guys, smash that like button. Go ahead and subscribe. I got to get my son out here, man. Get him to school. Love and light, man. Let's talk about it in the comments section. You agree or disagree? And like I said, hit that like button. What else? Huh? You know what I mean? I said in the comments. You know, I gotta get him. Yeah, I gotta get him out here. Anyway, y'all, I'm your brother, and I love you, and I'm out.
In this game, you gotta have that dog in you.
You guys make sure
Made
you subscribe,
in America.
Man.